Hey guys, it's Shane here from Tank Hunter Miniatures, and today I'm going to go over the results of the tournament I went to on the weekend. So I decided to go with the good old Imperial Guard. It's a good favorite. So I thought I'd start the year strong with the list that I always really liked. So I made some changes here. So I took out the Rogel Dawn and I added some Tech Priests just to get the protection of the 4-up Invulnerable, the repairing, and they're actually pretty good in melee. So I had enough points left over. I replaced the Dawn with the Hellhound. This was a mistake. The Hellhound did nothing. It's odd. The Hellhound, it's good on paper because it's got a 2-up armor, which is crazy. I didn't think it should, being a medium tank, but it does. But I went with the Melter loadout, and yeah, Melter's still not in a good place, so it really underperformed. It was mostly there to body block most of the time. I really should have gone with the Flame template for it, but I thought I had enough anti-infantry, because as you can see, every Leman Russ Punisher has the triple flamer loadout, and I've got the regular battle tanks, and they're really good at taking out swarms. So yeah, I think going forward, the tech priests just aren't really that needed. Like giving the 4-up invulnerable save, but all my tanks already have 2-up armor saves. It's so rare that I'll have to make an armor save bigger than a 4-up. Because even with AP3 weaponry, most of the time you get in cover or I can smoke it. It's always going down anyway. So really wasn't that useful having an invuln save. So I think maybe just having one in the future might be a better case. And yeah, but I wanted to try something else than just the normal one that I know is really strong. So this was good to try out. Alright, so the first matchup. So for this mission, it was just the normal, each objective's worth 5 points, up to 15 per turn. No, up to 10 per turn, it was that one. So things are pretty balanced, chilling rain, yeah, nothing really too special here. So I've just deployed all in the corner there. We went straight for the edge of the battle line, just to get nice and aggressive, get everyone in line. As you can see, my opponent, he's brought Tyranids. Pretty big swarm list, really big swarm list. Now, I like swarm armies. I think they're pretty good this edition. But yeah, this army that I brought is pretty anti-swarm. It kind of had the answer to everything here. So he's got a lot of Tormagaunts, a lot of Hormagaunts. He's got the Norn, Swarmlord, the big mother that births more, and the Lictor down the bottom infiltrating in. So I was able to get first turn, so I was able to move up. We took out the Norn Emissary because I got Bring It Down as one of my missions, so I was like, alright, we got to put some attention into that. So we caught him off guard, got down the Emissary. We were able to, on the top left, really hurt that swarm that was coming on that flank. We took out a big blob of 20 in the middle, and yeah, we took out some other smaller gribblies that were coming out from the sides, and really able to push forward and get on these objectives. At the end of his turn 2, he'd managed to pull forward. He got these big monsters in a pretty defensive position, which was smart because the Swarmlord was giving him extra CP and extra bonuses to his army. As you can see, the Gaunts down the bottom had managed to get in combat with the Punisher as well as the Lictor. They weren't doing too much damage. I was able to, that was originally a 20 blob, but as soon as I got close, I was able to overwatch with the Flamers and the Punisher, and yeah, really hurt them, so that was good. And it actually managed to do some damage in combat, running over the Lictor, giving a couple of wounds there. So by the end of my second turn, we managed to flame off the rest of the Gaunts in combat there and deal some more wounds into the Lictor there. The whole top side Gaunts, they're removed. We managed to shoot them off. Yeah, the battle cannon, the fact that he had the big blobs on the objective, so the battle cannon's rerolling hits is crazy good. So by the end of his next turn, he brought back the Lictors. Unfortunately, in the combat that was ongoing, the Punisher managed to run over the Lictor there and get onto the point. So that was win for him. He won in close combat, and we just kept pushing forward. So by the next turn, yeah, you see us just moving forward, and then eventually he pulled everything out to one final push to try and get to the center. But wasn't quite enough. He couldn't really bring down, even with the crushing claws. And I said that's the good anti-tank armor, but yeah, it's still hard to get through a Lehman Russ. So he was trying to cap the point there, but I already had a pretty good lead. So yeah, I was able to get a pretty definitive victory here over a nid swarm, which was good. I really wanted to fight this type of army just to see if this could get through that many bodies, and it did a pretty good job of it. So pretty happy with how this game worked. It was a pretty decisive win. Okay, so next game, pretty similar army. Only this time, instead of having a lot of gaunts, we had blobs of the Gene Stealers. Stealers with the Broodlord guys. As you can see, they infiltrated in forward. I really messed up here, because I had everything right on the line. I was playing super aggressive again, because it paid off last time. Whilst I should have held back, because yeah, I had enough time to move forward and then shoot, but unfortunately, because I let myself be tricked into, coming right forward, thinking, well, I can handle it. Well, I could handle it to an extent, but yeah, for the first turn, he managed to get first turn. We agreed, me and my opponent, like if whoever got first turn here pretty much was taking the victory. It was one of those sorts of games and that sort of gamble, which it was still fun. Like I said, I understood the mistake I made. He understood that, yeah, if he hadn't got first turn, that would have really paid off in my favor. So, as you can see, his first turn, everything's in combat. They are swarming me like crazy. And yeah, they're dealing a good chunk of damage, actually. The Broodlord he's able to do some devastating wounds, and that's just cutting through the armor. So I'm able to fight it off to an extent. I lose one of the battle tanks to the side. You know, we're still firing out. I'm trying to get out the bottom line just to try and get behind him. But at this point, it's too hard because I have to catch up on points, but I don't have enough time to do that. So we're still mowing down a lot of it. The Gene Stealers, we get them down half health. We're able to repair a bit. But yeah, the devastating wounds, I just don't have a defense against that. So the Norn didn't do too much. He wasn't crazy damaging, but yeah, just being pushed back and held in my deployment zone, that hurts when you really need to gain ground. So by the end of the game, yeah, most of the tanks are dead. A lot of his stuff is dead. We're both pretty wounded. But yeah, I have to redeploy. I have to move everything down the bottom and just pull out and try and gain some ground that way. And it's just not working. So, yep, victory to the Tyranids there. I understood my mistake. Very much got caught in a trap. I was too I was too greedy. Yeah, so lesson learned for me. Alright, so final match of the day. We're going against the Dark Angels again. Now this is pretty similar to the list I took against the Space Marines, only I don't quite have the same firepower as I did with them. But I figured, we'll see how the Guard does. And they did really well. So you see you got the Grav Devastators up the back there. You've got a big blob of Hellblasters with the two characters attached. You got the big blob with the Terminators there with the Chaplain. And he's got Lionel Johnson coming in. So he's got 4 units essentially. Just 4 things to my big tank army. So I was pretty confident, just being a numbers game, that I should be able to outmaneuver a lot of this thing. So he managed to get first turn. So he comes in, he assaults the Terminators in. He managed to take out one of the Punishers with the Grav and the Hellblasters. That was fine. Actually, I just realized the Tech Priest down the bottom should have got a buff from that. I don't think I gave him the extra attacks. I don't think he did attack, but I should have paid attention to that. Anyway, so yeah, the Terminators are in combat. They aren't hitting that hard. They're doing some damage, but as you can see, I got the Priest there. They can repair. So he's trying to push into my deployment zone. But yeah, we really got him blocked there. So he's, hitting the 2 tanks, dealing some damage. They aren't able to really wreck through. So by the time it gets to my turn, I'm able to pull out the Punisher there. And I was able to buff the 2 battle tanks in the back line there, they were able to shoot off the Grav Devastators because they were still capping the his home objectives. So full rerolls, we just blasted him off the point. That was fine, and then with the Punisher and the other battle tanks, we were able to completely remove the Hellblasters. So they retributively attacked back, and yeah, so my poor Punisher was left on 5 wounds there. But he was getting the point. He was getting that main point. He wanted to push up and show that, hey, we're gonna maneuver around. So we managed to repair and get the invuln on the Russes at the back there. The Punisher's still taking more damage, but they're holding on. They're really hard to get through. So by his second turn, as you can see, the line has dropped in. He's coming forward, and they've managed to take out the other Punisher, but they're still locked in combat. They can't go anywhere, so the Terminators are still bogged down to this one spot. And I said it's a risky venture because, yeah, if you can't be mobile, because you can redeploy them, you can re-teleport them, but yeah, they've really got to get their job done first, and that's proving really hard. So I decide we're going to push out more on the right, and we're going to take more of the middle. We're going to try and focus down the line. He's the big priority target now. This mission was the ritual, so at the same time, he's using the 2 characters that split off from the Hellblasters to drop more objectives down. Now, this I wanted him to do, because if I can get rid of those characters, then I can go take the objectives that he put down himself. So I was thinking a few turns ahead of what I would be doing. Next turn, as you can see, we managed to pull up the board. We did some wounds to the Lion. I moved the Hellhound in to body block even further. That's about all he's good for. Like I said, I tried shooting with him, didn't work too much. I got the engines here in combat because he got the extra attacks for seeing a tank blow up, and he actually took one out. He was pretty good because there's a lot of attacks, AP 2 and 2 damage. So yeah, not the greatest, but he managed to hold his own for a little bit. It was a good sacrifice, just slowing them down, because then they have to put some attacks in. The Line came in, and he managed to blow up those 2 tanks. They were wounded, but yeah, he managed to take them out, so taking back the point. So, I mean, it's not a bad idea to have this big guy just then back up everything else when you're trying to move forward. But then it was my turn again, and the Demolisher Cannon on the tank commander managed to blow the Lion up, so that was good. I pulled everything back up towards the center so we could start pushing in, taking the objectives. The Hellhound's gone, the Tech Priest is gone. At this point, I'm like, I'm not going to try and shoot the Terminators anymore. We're just going to ignore them, just let them take our main objective, and we'll take the rest of the board. So then I was able to, move everything away, sacrifice the last Lehman Russ, and as you can see, we move up. We actually draw the destroy character and destroy big target, so we got points for taking out the Lion, we got points for taking out the Apothecary, and we're able to cap these objectives that he's left right in the middle. So yeah, he pushed forward a bit too hard, just pushing everything towards the center. I was able to sneak around the back. He was hoping he could just cap the objectives, but yeah, at the last turn of the game, I was able to get the deploy teleport homers, which I do at the center, engage all fronts. As you can see, I've spread out the Tech Priests and the tanks there, and I'm able to get a 2-point victory. It was hard fought. This was a really tough game. Like, that was hard to get through. I probably should have moved out faster. I was really stuck in my deployment zone, as you can see by the terrain there. But yeah, that's if I were to change anything, I probably would have let him take my objective more. I would have sacrificed maybe the Hellhound first, maybe just one of the other Punishers, and push out and take the middle first and just ignore everything else. But we did get the victory there, so that was great. This was a really hard fought battle, and we ended up placing, I think it was around 7th out of 21 people, so that's still pretty good. I wasn't looking to, win really hard. Like, this was just a trial army, and so I'm glad of where it went. So yeah, final thoughts. Is this the most optimal list for Guard? No, probably not. Like I said, it's good to have something big that can absorb more damage and it's going to body block. Like, if I had the Rogel Dawn there, like, it's got weapons that just deal flat 3 damage. The Oppressor Cannon should have been able to get rid of the Terminators a lot easier, so I might have been better off that way, but it's, yeah, neither here nor there, because I still won. But yeah, the final thoughts, Hellhounds, yeah, unless you take Flamer, they're garbage. Yeah, don't put your eggs in that basket. Yeah, Tech Priest Engine Seers, yeah, you really got to watch out who you give that 4-up. Maybe if you gave something that had like a 3-up armor save, it would be better. But it's really wasted on Russ's, so don't worry about that. But yeah, I'll try out some new fun stuff later on. We'll have fun with Guard again. I love Guard. This has been really great playing with these tanks. But yeah, next one, I still got AdMech to do. I've got that AdMech list that I've been talking about. I gotta bring that. I gotta paint that. So as soon as I get that painted, get that finished, I'll have that one going forward, and we can work out how good they're at it. So, yep, that's the end of this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.